Alpha 21 in 7 Days to Die is finally here, and we've been endlessly playing the game to check out all the changes the developers have implemented. And let me tell you something, there is a lot. So here's what we think are the top 10 updates in Alpha 21 that you should absolutely know about. One of the biggest changes by far is in the crafting system, which adopted a new learn by reading structure. So to be able to craft any item in the game, you'll need to find or buy crafting skill magazines that are related to that specific skill in order to level up and progress through the different tiers that lets you unlock certain crafting items. For example, reading the Forge Ahead magazine allows you to unlock workstations like the Forge at level 2, the Workbench at level 10, and the Chemistry Station at level 50. Weapons and tools share a similar system, but the quality can only be unlocked through reading crafting skill magazines and progressing through quality 1 to 5. There's been a bit of hesitation about this update, but honestly, we like it a lot better than before. It's definitely not perfect, but we think it does create more of a balance as it's based on your actual game progression and level rather than just pure RNG. So that means no more skipping from a level 2 stone sledgehammer to a level 5 iron sledgehammer, or finding a crucible schematic in the trash on day 2. There are 23 crafting skill magazines, and putting points into a related skill does increase your chances of finding them. They can often be found in mailboxes, loot containers, and bookshelves, or bought from the traders. Trader may also offer a crafting magazine bundle as a quest reward. Initially, you were always guaranteed a bundle, but with the most recent update, that's no longer guaranteed, which is actually a really good thing because the amount of magazines we were finding was so ridiculous. There's been a huge overhaul in perks and attributes, but we think the best improvement here was a change in Sexual Tyrannosaurus. Say goodbye to speccing into strength because this is now included in the weapons perk within each attribute, so you no longer need to spread your skill points thin for stamina. Flurry of Blows has also been moved into each attribute as a completely new perk, so now you can easily increase the speed of your melee weapon within your specialized skill tree. Several of the perk books have been reworked as well, specifically Spear Hunter, Batter Up, Great Heist, and Art of Mining. For example, Batter Up Volume 6 now gives 20% chance to ragdoll enemies with power attacks instead of unlocking the baseball bat, since skill points no longer unlock crafting. Perception is undoubtedly the most reworked skill tree in Alpha 21. Spears finally have a proper power attack that doesn't require you to throw your weapon off the top of Higashi, and it has been given a significant power increase, placing it on par with other weapons in the game, such as the club. This is actually so incredible because for a long time, Perception has been greatly overlooked because spears were just so weak that it wasn't worth it to use. But now we finally have a really good balance between perception, strength, fortitude, agility, and intellect. One of the most notable changes in Alpha 21 is in the environmental and graphic design. There has been a massive overhaul with the game art, with nearly 600 shapes added and hundreds of new art and props. All of the trader compounds have been reworked with a new look and tells a much better story of their specialties. And we also have entrances on pretty much every side. Here's one of Trader Bob's new compounds, which we personally love, and not just because it has an easy route from the actual gate directly to him. Many of the workstations have been updated as well, including the campfire, the forge, the workbench, and the chemistry station. Some even have a different state depending on if you add in a needed item, like a cooking pot and cooking grill in the campfire, or the anvil, bellows, and crucible in the forge. There are many new props scattered all over town. I'm using wall art in the POIs, 2 new vending machines, one for drinks and the other for food and candy, and several different types of vehicles, including these new cop cars, which you should definitely try breaking into. You can even pick up the potted plants and choose from a variety of different kinds. My personal favorite is the pink cherry blossom. We can't forget about the hundreds of new doors and windows that have been added, which include some pretty neat double doors. They have a new deterioration state which lets you fight zombies through these cracks, which is a little nifty trick. Every existing POI has been updated to include the new art and props, so no matter how many times you may have quested at a certain POI, there's bound to be some kind of change you aren't expecting. Over 200 POIs have been added or overhauled, with 75 new questable PIs, including 4 new tier 5s, the 2 Navisgane prisons, the Vanity Tower, and the Last Sunset Nursing Home. Infestation has been added as a new quest type, which pops up as Infested Clear starting at tier 2. Infestation quests are basically just previous tier POIs with a lot more zombies. We really like this update because it makes questing more challenging, but something to note since the quests are from the previous tier, the final loot box will reflect that tier. So if you're doing a tier 2 infestation quest, the final loot box will be a tier 1 chest. You do get this really nice infested cache loot box though, which tends to have a lot of ammo, so it's not too bad of a trade-off if you're running a little low. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up because it's actually really hard to say infestation. Clean water and drinks have been significantly reduced in Alpha 21. They've removed empty jars, so now when you drink something, it'll just disappear from your inventory. It was a bit of a struggle working with this new mechanic, mainly because we were having the worst luck finding glue and duct tape, even though the new update supposedly increased glue in loot, quest rewards, and the traders. It did start to pick up eventually, especially after we crafted a few dew collectors, which can be crafted with a water filter that you'll need to buy from trader. It generates 3 jars of clean water every 24 in-game hours, and you can often find water being sold at the trader as well, which we highly recommend you do. Looting has been a lot more efficient now with this very useful container update. Small items such as trash bags, backpacks, and nests are destroyed after searching it, while things like desks, filing cabinets, and gun safes transition into an open state once emptied. Alpha 21 has brought a new option to spawn near your backpack, which may or may not lead to your death yet again, but we'll take our chances anyways because sometimes you just happen to be 2,769 kilometers away from where you died and have nothing but a bicycle to get you back to your backpack. You'll be able to select between the 3 options: spawn on bedroll, spawn near bedroll, and spawn near backpack as long as you have your bedroll down. Quests are now automatically shared when in a party. We were really excited about this one, mainly because Sylas and I are always playing together. It's definitely a small quality of life improvement, but I cannot tell you how many quests have been lost because someone forgot to share or accept it. Plus, it's just nice knowing you don't have to always reshare quests every time you hop into a game. We are absolutely loving the Alpha 21 update for 7 Days to Die. So we'll be releasing a lot more videos in the future, so definitely stick around if you're interested, and we'll see you in the next one.